Hello, I'm Dr. Alan Gruning, and welcome to your Prescription for Health. Hello, I'm Dr. Alan Gruning, and welcome to your Prescription for Health. I am so glad that you decided to join me today on our program. I hope that you've seen our other shows and have been following along at what we've been doing. We have a wonderful website that I want you to check out called prescriptionforhealth.tv. On this website, there's all kinds of useful information about me, about the show, about our sponsors who have been so gracious to support this show and put it on the air. There are links to other resources. There'll be more coming. And in fact, you'll be able to go to YouTube and watch our past shows if you've missed any of those. And there's even going to be a video blog that I'm doing. So there's a lot of great information on our website. Please go to that, prescriptionforhealth.tv. Tell everyone you know to watch our show, to go to the website, to learn more about what we're doing. Just a little background in case you're new to our program. Prescription for Health has only been on the air for a few weeks. I'm a holistic physician who practices in Fort Myers and in Port Charlotte. And this show is dedicated to providing health information, holistic health information to the people of Southwest Florida so that you can start making some lifestyle changes to get healthy. On previous shows, we've looked at some of the health issues that we're facing here in Southwest Florida and around the nation. Things like cancer and cardiovascular disease, obesity, which is in epidemic proportions, metabolic syndrome, which is a horrible problem that's in epidemic proportions, cancer that's raging out of control, thyroid disease, autoimmune problems, hormone imbalances. There's a whole host of problems that we're dealing with in this country, and apparently what we've been doing in our regular medical system up to this point has not worked because the problems are only getting worse. So traditional medicine has not provided us with the answers that we need to get healthy. And on this show, I'm going to try to provide you with more natural, holistic treatments that you can utilize on your own to get your body in shape, to balance that physical, emotional, and spiritual health so that you can feel better, function, have better energy. You know, we've talked about before how the most common problem we hear in our offices as physicians is fatigue. And so we really want to be able to try to deal with those issues and give you the strength and energy that you need to be able to survive. On one of my last shows, we talked a lot about nutrition, and I'm going to start off there again, and we're going to be able to talk about the issues that are involved with nutrition to get you well. And I'm going to tell you right ahead of time that these problems or these things that I'm going to be asking you to do are not easy. These are very difficult problems and very difficult lifestyle choices that you have to make to get better. But I think that you're going to find that if you make these changes, you're going to get healthy. Now, this is the treatment pyramid that I use with my patients to get well. This is the general outline that we're going to be following on this show to try to get you well. And you can see that at the very bottom of this pyramid of things is nutrition. And if you don't get nutrition, sleep, stress reduction, and toxin elimination correct, none of the rest of the things that we're going to be talking about on the show will help you at all. None of the things that your doctors and therapists are trying to do with you are going to help at all. So we've got to get that right. And that's what we're going to start off with reviewing today. So nutrition is really critical. It's the cornerstone of the treatment pyramid. People don't get well without changing the way they eat. You have to learn to eat to live and not live to eat. And change is hard. You got to start with baby steps. And that's what I try to get people to understand in my practice as we're talking about all this. Now, the first thing we went over was grains are good for you, aren't they? Well, no. Wheat is terrible. Wheat is a toxin. And so we really want to understand that wheat is no longer the grain of the Bible and that it's been genetically modified to increase yield and resist disease. Food allergy and sensitivities are very common, resulting in all kinds of health issues, including weight gain. And also, we want to understand that the glycemic index of whole grain bread, of wheat, of the things that we've been taught are good for us, is higher than sucrose. that wheat is really a bad thing, that 2 slices of whole wheat bread is worse than drinking a can of soda or eating a candy bar. So you'd be better off having that for breakfast than having whole wheat bread. So please, one thing that you have to take away from this show as we continue to talk is that wheat is no longer a good thing for you to be having. You have to get it out of your life. All right, let's look at the next thing. Wheat increases visceral fat, which results in inflammation, insulin resistance, hormone imbalance. It spikes your blood sugar and is very stressful on your pancreas and your adrenal glands. And it causes these things called advanced glycation end products, which are very damaging to the body and cause accelerated aging. So any way you look at it, wheat is a bad thing. And I've listed here a reference for you that we've talked about on the other show, Wheat Belly by William Davis. I encourage you to read that because it goes through a lot of these issues. The second thing we talked about was trying to get dairy out of your life. You know, cow's milk is very allergenic. And it doesn't really serve a useful purpose for adults. It contains hormones, antibiotics, toxins, unless it's organic dairy, and so you really need to get it out of your life, and that includes soft cheeses, yogurt, ice cream, sour cream. Goat's milk is actually a lot better for you, so you may want to consider drinking goat's milk or eating goat's milk cheese. The third thing we talked about was eating no fructose. High fructose corn syrup. It's a toxin. And if you look around your pantry, you look around your refrigerator, you look around the things in your home, you're going to find high fructose corn syrup in a lot of things. And I just have to stress to you how important it is to get those things out of your life, to clean out your house of anything with high fructose corn syrup, because it is a toxin and it does cause people to get fat. Let's go back to the slides. With wheat, high fructose corn syrup is largely responsible for our obesity epidemic. It seems to be in everything. Beverages like soda, sports drinks, fruit juices, sweet teas, processed foods, all these things are bad and they contain high fructose corn syrup. And you have to understand that it's directly metabolized in your liver to fat, just like alcohol. So that a can of soda equals a can of beer. According to your body, that's what it is. And so if you drink 1 can of soda a day, you will gain 15 pounds, 15.5 pounds of fat per year just from drinking 1 can of soda. So fructose is bad. It causes a whole host of other problems that we're going to kind of run through here. A reference is called Sugar, the Bitter Truth. I actually have that video on my YouTube channel. If you go on the website and get on there, you'll see that. I encourage you to watch this video because it has a lot of useful information for you. The fourth thing is diet drinks and foods are bad for you. Artificial sweeteners such as NutraSweet, Sweet and Low Splenda are toxins to your system, and you need to get them out of your life. You need to, what they've done is they've replaced sugar with poisons and potentially toxic substances. And there are numerous diet soda studies that we went through in our last episode that are listed, some of them here, that as you drink diet soda, you actually increase your waist circumference 70%. And if you drink 2 or more a day, you increase your waist circumference 500%. So diet foods and diet drinks are not the answer. There's other studies listed here about the effect on preterm births and how this increases your risk of a heart attack, stroke, or vascular event by 43%, just having 1 diet soda a day. There's a Harvard study showing that it decreases kidney function. So in summary, diet soda is a poison. We talked also about balancing your blood sugars, trying to eat 3 meals and 3 snacks a day, which is definitely healthier for you than trying to skip meals. Meals must have protein, good fats, and fiber. You need to focus on eating fruits, vegetables, protein, nuts, and beans, what I call whole foods or God-created foods that are good for you. You need to limit starches and other bad carbohydrates that serve no useful purpose. And our goal is to include good grains, not wheat, but things like quinoa, brown rice, barley, millet. These are actually good grains for you. We want to drink a lot of water. And most of the patients that I see and most of the doctors that are seeing people like that are very sick are grossly dehydrated. I just saw a lady yesterday and I asked her how much she had, and she said, oh, I'd probably have 2 plastic water bottles a day, 32 ounces probably of water a day. and it's in a plastic bottle, which is a whole other problem. And so she's grossly dehydrated. She needs to be drinking 80 ounces a day. So you can imagine then that your body cannot function properly if you're grossly dehydrated like that all the time. And especially among our elderly people, they have a lot of problems with dehydration. We need 80 ounces or more per day of water. You need to have something to measure the intake so that you're keeping track of that throughout the day. And the preferred agents are reverse osmosis or distilled water. Alkaline water, I think, is really unnecessary for most people, but we've got to get all the toxins out of the water, and there's a lot of bad stuff in your drinking water. We want to heal the leaky gut, and we didn't get to talk about this last time, so I want to talk about this for a second now as we talk more. How do you heal the leaky gut? What is a leaky gut? The lining of your intestinal tract is very sensitive, and it can get very inflamed. And when it gets inflamed, substances that need to be absorbed into your body don't get absorbed. And instead, they leak out into your intestinal tract and are excreted in your stool. And so we call that the leaky gut syndrome. And you'll see a lot of information on that as you go on the internet and search for these things. And a leaky gut problem is very prevalent in our society. So how do we stop this leaky gut problem, and how do we repair it so that you can absorb nutrients properly? Well, there's a number of things that you can do to do that. The first thing that you can do to heal your leaky gut is to eliminate the things that cause it. Wheat, dairy, high fructose corn syrup, and all these toxins that we've been talking about. Probiotics are very helpful, and beware of the hype about probiotics. So probiotics are good bacteria. Probiotics are things that you are supposed to have in your intestinal tract, but they get wiped out because of all of the antibiotics that are in the food and that we take, all the toxins in the environment. So these normal bacteria, trillions of them that are supposed to be in your gut, get destroyed. And that affects your immune system. It affects your ability to digest foods. So you can replace those with substances called probiotics. And beware of the hype of that, because you'll see probiotics that will talk about how many billions of bacteria they have. Listen, if they all die in your stomach and they never get to your intestinal tract, it's not done you any good. Also, slippery elm bark, which is actually a Native American remedy that the Indians developed from the bark of the slippery elm tree, is very healing to the gut lining. Aloe vera, either in juice or capsule form, is very healing to your gut lining. And also an amino acid called glutamine, which is the predominant amino acid in your intestinal tract, helps to repair this leaky gut. And before we go on to chocolate, I think we're going to take a break here and go to our sponsors. You know, we have some wonderful sponsors that are helping us with this show, and I hope that you'll take the time to watch, learn about them, go to my website on prescriptionforhealth.tv, learn about our sponsors, and support them and thank them for putting this show on the air. Thank you very much. Medicine Shop Pharmacy has been serving Charlotte County for 27 years with the same owner and pharmacist, Wayne Wallace. They offer the personalized service of a small-town pharmacy, but the buying power of a large chain to keep prices low. Medicine Shop specializes in compounding medication, which means custom making them for each patient, including bioidentical hormones. They even have free delivery. Medicine Shop is located on US 41 in Port Charlotte. Call them at 941-627-9855. Metagenics is a worldwide supplement company that offers better health through nutrition and lifestyle medicine. Its high-quality products are designed to help doctors and healthcare professionals offer safe, effective, and more natural approaches to their patients. Metagenics is an industry leader in metabolic detoxification, something we all need because of our toxic environment. They also have numerous supplements to treat illness and maintain health. Metagenics products are only available through healthcare practitioners. To find the one closest to you, go to their website at metagenics.com.